Yes, straight line connection. We urge you to accept the union's recommendation, which is the special master's recommendation with respect to the two-tier retirement plan. Am I getting low on time?
No, I apologize.
Oh, that's fine. How am I doing on time?
You're doing very, very good. You've only used 16 minutes.
Very good. I'd like to continue with respect to the next issue, which is wages. And this obviously is a critical issue and always is in collective bargaining. Now, if you look at page 21 of the special master's recommendation, which begins his analysis of wages, his own analysis of wages, the special master outlines what is essentially our proposal, which is a wage freeze. Now, it's not often that I get in front of legislative bodies like yourself to urge a wage freeze, but that's what we're doing. And I would appreciate recognition, and I think we will receive that the union is working with the city in connection with these economic times such as they are. We are proposing a wage freeze. We are objecting to and rejecting the elimination of the current wage structure, which is a step plan, which is currently in effect. We are proposing, as especially within the framework described by the special magistrate, we're proposing that the structure itself remain in effect, though there be no movement through it, as described in the special master's recommendation. There are some other aspects of it relating to probationary employees which are self-explanatory, but I do want to emphasize that we're willing to work with the city and have been. Now, the city's response has been problematic in a couple of ways. The city's response has been to propose elimination of the step plan, to insist on language that would have the effect of truncating the status quo, or the Katz doctrine, as labor lawyers refer to it as, the doctrine requiring that in the absence of, well, strike that. The doctrine simply requiring that the status quo be maintained when the contract's expired. So we're proposing that the special magistrate's recommendation as set forth be all that is done with respect to wages. Now, the employer, again, is proposing language which I alluded to at the outset, which simply cannot be addressed in this proceeding. That is, language that says no more status quo. The status quo exists by operation of law. It's a legal doctrine. The city manager is proposing language that says no more status quo when the next contract expires. You can't do that. It's not legal. And I'm just mentioning that and urging you to keep that in mind when you make your ultimate decision on the issue of wages. Another issue with respect to wages deals with the minimums and maximums of the wage structure. The employer cut the minimum and maximums after the parties went to impasse, which is a post-impasse change, which is not proper. I just mentioned that for the record. But really the centerpiece of the employer's proposal, which we reject and the special magistrate rejected, is the 6% pay cut. We're saying a pay freeze, the employer wants the pay cut. Now, of course, this is the pay cut that is the really and was originally the increase to pension contributions. This is where it has been squirreled away. This is why this whole series of proposals is like a house of cards. This 6% pay cut is the, and nothing more than, and the special magistrate recognized it and made a finding of fact in that regard, the 6% pay cut is the contribution increase by another name. And it is, in turn, a contribution increase in benefit cut, which is not permissible. And there's some materials in your package making that point, your benefit plan attorney's opinion later. But he's just one person. He's one of many that agree that these types of shenanigans are not permissible. Turning to the remaining issues, which are no less significant, those issues we again urge be resolved in the way urged by the special magistrate. With respect to bereavement leave, I want to point that one out in particular as yet another example of language that can